Alright, today we're going to be making these nice little eyeballs. I'm going to make mine into a dog toy. If you do want to make yours into a dog toy, I do not recommend making them for dogs who like to tear their toys apart, who like to spread stuffing all over the floor. My dogs are squeakers, so dogs that like to sit there and just go all the time. They also like to play fetch. Kind of. They're not great at fetch. I'll show you some videos at the end. And you should always watch your dogs with any kind of dog toy that you've made, just to be sure, because, you know, accidents happen and things like that. So, let's get started. Alright, so let's go over what we're going to need. You're going to need 3 to 4 colors of yarn, depending on if you want to make a stem, cord, whatever. You're going to need black for the pupil, blue for the iris, white for the rest of the eye, and pink for if you're doing the cord. The pink is optional for the cord. If you don't want to do the cord, then you can just continue in white. As far as tools, we're going to need a hook. We're going to use the size H, or otherwise known as a, there we go, as a 5mm hook. A pair of scissors. I'm going to be using a headlamp for when I'm doing the black, because if anyone's used dark colors before, you'll know it's harder to see the stitches, so headlamp just makes it easier, and headlamp's easier than just another lamp because it'll follow you, and if it has tilting capabilities, it works even better. I want to make mine into a dog toy, so I got my squeaker. And I'm also going to need some stuffing. Yes, this was quilt batting. I was not paying attention when I grabbed it, so I accidentally got quilt batting. You can use quilt batting, but stuffing is a lot cheaper and kind of softer, but they both work similar. As far as the batting goes, you're just going to have to pull it apart, but you can use it as stuffing. Let's get started. We're going to start with our black for the pupil. You're going to want to start with a magic ring or magic circle, whichever one you want to call it. How I like to do it is to wrap it around 2 fingers, pull it across as an X. Reason I like to do it across 2 fingers is because it creates this little ridge that makes it easier to go in, over, pull, twist, and pull through. So you're going to chain up 1. Now I don't like to count the 2 chains as a stitch, so you're going to make, it's mostly a personal preference, sorry. You're going to make 8 half double crochets. If you don't know how to do a half double crochet, you take your you loop around your working yarn, you loop around the circle, and then you pull through. Then you're going to do this 8 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, If I'm going too fast for you at any point, you can stop, or there is the option where you can slow down the video, which I've actually found this out through a different crochet channel. But so you want 8 half double crochets, so we're going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're going to slip stitch into, not the chain, but into the first half double crochet. You can pull this nice and tight. The end to the magic circle, magic ring. Then you're going to chain 2, and into that same stitch you're going to do an increase, which is basically just 2 half double crochets into the same stitch. And you're going to do that for every one of the 8 half double crochets you made in the first row. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. I like to count the sets. So 6. 7. 8. You can see it's easier to see the stitches than if I turn it off. So now that we're all the way around, we're going to do a slip stitch, and we're going to change colors. So I'm going to show you how to change colors. Alright, so I changed my color already. I accidentally messed up and attached white instead of blue, so I had to redo it. And if you don't know how to attach yarn, I'm going to include a small clip right here. So how I like to change colors is I'll take it, do my slip stitch to help get how much I need, and then I'll take it, wrap it around my finger a little bit, snip it. We're using our fingers as a guide to measure how much yarn we need. I'll take whatever color I want. I'm just going to use some of the pink. How I do it is I put the working yarn that I want to add, the new color, take the project, put it on top, pull the yarn from the project, just tuck that away, under it, and then over both the pink and the black, and then I loop it under the first part of the black, up through the hole, If I could see past my nails, that'd be great. And so why we used our finger is so that we can go, oh, that's how much yarn I need. That I've made the knot in the right place. You want to pull it nice and tight. Gonna pull the pink through, You're going to do the same exact thing over here. You're going to put the pink under the black this time, wrap it over like so, and then go under the pink and pull. This side, it doesn't really matter how much you have on the end. If it undoes a couple stitches, that's fine. It doesn't matter. I sometimes undo the closest stitch because it makes it easier. Make sure it's nice and tight. Then you take either end and pull the two together. You want to tug it, make sure it's nice and tight. It's not going to come undone. Then you're going to trim it close to the knot, but you don't want to cut your knot. I know there are ways to make the knot a little bit more invisible, but I'm not good at them. This is just how I do it. So then I'll redo this stitch that I just undid and do my slip stitch to pull it through. And there you go. You just changed colors. Okay, back to the project we're actually working on. You're going to chain 2. This increase you're going to do in the same stitch that you just did slip stitch and 2 chains. You're going to do an increase. And then the next stitch, you're only going to do 1 half double crochet. It's going to look like that. Then you're going to do another increase in the next one. And in the 4th stitch, you're just going to do 1 half double crochet. And you're going to take this pattern and you're just going to do it all the way around. You should end on 1 half double crochet. I'm going to do this and I'll meet you there. So now we're on the whites of the eye. You'll see that you ended on 1 half double crochet. You're going to do your slip stitch, chain 2, and again the first stitch you're going to be doing an increase. This is going to be our last row of increases. You're going to, in the next 2, do just 1 half double crochet in each. And you're going to continue this pattern. Of increase, and then 1, 2. And you're just going to do that all the way around. Alright, now that you're done with your last increase row, you should have, for the last 3, an increase, 1 half double crochet, and another half double crochet. And that's our last increase row. So this next row is going to be quite simple. You're going to do your slip stitch, chain 2, and back into the first half double crochet. You're going to make 1 half double crochet, and every stitch you're just going to do 1 half double crochet. Just very simple. And again, you're just going to do it all the way around. And I'll see you there. Alright, now you'll notice that it is curving up, and that is very good because you're going to want it to do that because it creates a dome when we turn it right side out. Now we're going to start doing our decrease. So let's do our slip stitch, chain 2. Now you're going to want to wrap around like you're going to do a half double crochet, pull it through, wrap around again, go to the next stitch, pull through, and then close it off. Then you're going to do 2 half double crochets in the next 2 stitches. Now again, for a decrease, you wrap it around, pull it through, wrap around, go in the next stitch, pull it through, and pull it all the way through. And you're just gonna, like all the other rows, you're gonna just continue with this pattern. 1 decrease and 2 half double crochets. All right. So now you're done with that row. We're going to do our slip stitch into the top of our first decrease. Yeah, let's do that a little tighter. Now this is going to be our last, well, if you're using the pink, this will be our last white row. If you're just doing white, like just the eyeball, you just continue with white. But we're going to do our chain 2. Then we're going to do another decrease. And then 1 half double crochet. And then another decrease. One half double crochet, and it just continues that pattern of decrease, 1 double crochet, or half double crochet, sorry, decrease, 1 half double crochet, all the way around. So I'll meet you over here. Alright, so now if you're going to do the stem, this is where you do your color change. There we go. Gotta finish my half double crochet. And I suggest getting yarn that's the same thickness as your white for your pink. I didn't have any on hand, so my pink is a little thinner, so that means some of the holes will be a little bit looser. That's all it really means. So I'm going to do chain 2. And this one, this row is going to be all decreases. Oops. messed that up. Start treating it as if it was a decrease for double crochets instead of half doubles. So that's all this row is going to be. It's just a bunch of decreases. Very simple. But yeah, you just do that. Alright, so now that you're done there, we're not going to do our slip stitch just yet. We're going to not throw our crochet hooks, but you just kind of want to pull it out so it doesn't come undone. We're going to turn it right side out, just like so. And now we're going to stick our stuffing. My stuffing got a little. You just stuff it to whatever thickness, denseness, whatever you want. If you're putting a squeaker in, what I like to do is I like to put at the bottom and then around to make kind of like a nest for the squeaker, so it's not right at the front, it's not completely at the back, it's not touching the sides, it's just in the middle. Give me one of these squeakers. Just take it. If you're doing catnip, do the same thing. I will make a video on how to make like a catnip insert. Oh no. There we go. Got all wonky. Yeah, just kind of show it on in. And you just kind of want to roll it because it's a ball. You want it ball shaped. So last little bit. But yeah, I like to make mine softer because it makes it easier to squeak. My dogs like to squeak. But yeah, you just stuff it to your liking. So we're going to, this part gets a little tricky sometimes with the stuffing. You're going to do a slip stitch, chain 2. Now this part, you're just going to do 1 half double crochet in each. And you're going to want to do this for both if you're just making the ball and the stem. And you're just going to do that all the way around. And you should have 8 half double crochets when you're done. And there. So at this point, if you're just doing a ball, you'd do your slip stitch. Either way, you're going to do a slip stitch. But you do your slip stitch, and you would just cut, pull it through here, tie it off, and then you take it and weave it through all those holes and pull it to tighten it, and then you tie like a little knot and just kind of weave it in. I'll make more videos on how to make balls later, but there's a lot of videos right now that make balls. But yeah, that's how you would close it off. Okay, now we're not going to close it off in this video. In this video, I'm going to show you, let's get in focus, get in frame. I'm going to show you how to make the stem. And so the stem, for the most part, is just for the main body. All you're going to do is do however many rows you want to make it however long you want. And all the rows until we get to the decrease are just literally the same as our last row, where you just go around. Each stitch has a half double crochet, and yeah, you just do however, you take however long you want, minus about an inch, because our decrease will be about an inch, and you just kind of crochet until you get to however long you want. And I'll meet you when I get there. Alright, so I finished making it the length I want. I decided I wanted to make it longer than my other ones I've made, which were probably about this length in total. But we're going to have an extra inch. So you're going to go up, chain 2. Now what you're going to do is each row after this, you're going to do one decrease, and the rest are going to be single half double crochets. Or like, well, you know what I mean. There's one half double crochet in each stitch. You're just gonna continue doing your rows like that until you get to where there's 3 stitches left. This part gets a little tricky sometimes because of, oops, how tight it gets. I like to stick my finger in the hole while doing it because it just makes it easier to see where the stitches are. But I have very, well, relatively narrow fingers. I know some people who have narrower fingers than I do, but yeah, we just do this. Oops. Keep messing up. But that's okay. Everybody messes up sometime. Yeah, I'll meet you when I have 3 stitches left, and by what I mean by that is I'll have 1 decrease stitch right here, and then just 2 single or 2 individual half double crochets. Alright, so to show you, I have my decrease, 1, 2. So there's 3 stitches. And you're just gonna slip stitch into the decrease, and then just kind of pull it. Oh, go like that. You want to cut a good length off to help weave it in. Pull it through and then pull it nice and tight. Now you can either, if you have a needle, you can use that to put it through. I don't have mine on hand right now, so what you can do is a smaller crochet hook, and you just kind of weave it in the holes. Wherever really there isn't an exact, like you have to do it here kind of thing. Just wherever, and then you pull it out. Go to wherever next, really. Doesn't really matter. As long as it's in there. Helps to kind of do a zigzag motion. And you can go into some stitches like this. I'll just go around that one, but pull it through this stitch. Now I'm just gonna take it, pull it through, just right there, snip it so it's hidden in there, and that's it really. Alright, that was my tutorial on how to make this eyeball. If you make one, please show me on Instagram, Facebook. I'll leave my links in the description below. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe. Make sure to hit that bell because it will notify you when more videos like this come out. I'm excited to see what you guys make. Alright, thank you. Have a nice day. Alright, now we're going to test out the eyeball with Buddy. Right there. Go get it. Hmm? Give me. Hmm? Hmm? Go get it. You didn't go get it. The heck? I did throw it. Go get it. Aw, did your brother get it? Did he get it?